Hi guys, and welcome back to Frontline Gist. My name is Frey. I know this video has taken a bit longer than I had planned, but there were so many issues behind the scenes. I hope you guys can forgive me. In this video, I'm going to talk about personal statement or supporting documents for NHS jobs. Whilst applying for NHS jobs, they request you to add additional documents or statement or personal statement to explain why you're applying for these jobs and what qualities that you have. I'm going to talk about 6 key subheadings that you should try and consider adding to your personal statement. This will help you to hopefully get shortlisted. So I have targeted this video to help overseas nurses and care assistants, anyone looking to apply for jobs on NHS jobs. Before we kick off this video, I would like to highlight this disclaimer. Although I am an NHS manager recruiter, by doing this video, I am in no way declaring that this is going to land you a job on the NHS. I'm not putting this out here for you to copy word for word. We all come from different walks of life. We've all gone through different experiences and challenges, or wherever we've worked, we've acquired different skills, different experiences. So I would advise that use this template as a guide. Do not copy it word. If all 500 or 1,000 of you copy word for word, you're not going to land a job. They will begin to think that this is coming from somewhere. Please make it unique to your own scenario. So I wish you all the best. So let's go into this video. First thing I would want you to consider adding is to confirm the job title and explain you have read the job description and person specification. Now, if I'm a recruiter and I look at this, the first thing you do is to draw me into it. This is the hook here. You are telling me, I have taken the time to thoroughly read the job description of a staff nurse on Strawberry Ward, which is not real, I've made it up, at Unicorn Hospital, to ensure I possess the skills and experience to meet the expectation of the NHS as a Band 5 registered nurse, or you can put care assistant or whatever. In view of this, I strongly believe I can quickly make an impact or positive contribution to the team and the hospital as a whole. You can reword it as it suits you. By reading this first statement, you are telling me that you have got more to tell me below, so I should carry on reading. And you are telling me you have read the job description, you have read the person specification, so you potentially meet the criteria, hence you put an application in, so I should pay attention to you. This is what the first statement is about, all right? So the second one that you would want to talk about, please note that this section here, I have kept it brief, kept it quite short and concise, because I want you to write the rest yourself. I don't want to put everything on this personal statement for you, because I know 9 out of 10 somebody would want to copy word to word and post it off. You try and create your own, okay? On the second section of the personal statement, I would want to focus my energy on explaining the skills and qualities that I possess as an applicant. The skills and qualities I have acquired over the years includes being competent to deliver patient-centered care, i.e. always putting the patient first at all times, working in collaboration with patients and their families, delivering safe, quality, compassionate care has always been my core foundation when patients are left in my care. As a professional, I have developed good work ethic as I always adhere to organization values, policies and guidelines whilst communicating effectively with the multidisciplinary teams. I understand that in this role, I will be accountable to deliver care for elderly patients with dementia. This is just an example, and it's expected that I ensure staff and patient safety are uncompromised. Throughout my career, I have always obtained informed consents from patients, embraced diversity with people from all walks of life by showing empathy, respect to their beliefs, and maintaining confidentiality, safeguarding risk assessment, and overall caring for patients holistically. As you can see, this is a mouthful. A lot of key words here that recruiters would like to know. If you haven't done all of these things, please do not mention them. Prior to writing this personal statement, I looked at a Band 5 job person specification job description on NHS jobs, and I used what they were looking for to write this personal statement. Now, before you submit, I know I should mention this at the end, before you submit this personal statement, please remove all the subheadings and join it all together for it to look like a nice statement. Do not write under number 1, number 2, okay? It doesn't look good. You need to remove all the numbers, remove all the subheadings, and then obviously when you're done writing your own personal unique statement, you merge it all together, read through, make sure there's no errors, and then get somebody to have a glance to make sure it reads well, and then you just carry on and send it off. And number 3, the third section of the personal statement, you would want to focus on explaining in depth of your work experience, or if you're a student, talk about your student placement or clinical experience or wherever you've worked, okay? So if you're a care assistant, you want to talk about the care home, or as a HCA, you want to talk about all the experiences that you've been involved in, and this is where As you can see, I did not talk chunky. Here, number 3 is where you have to really dig deep and sell yourself well, because your experience is what they are looking for. Your experience, your knowledge, what you've encountered, what you've seen, what you've participated in. This is where you put it in number 3. If you've got lots and lots of experience, like 30 years plus, you can't squash everything in, or you can't make it too broad. You just have to try and nip it and grab all the key statements and then put it all together in this section of the 3rd paragraph. I would advise that you always keep this statement as the beginning. It feels almost like you're luring us in because you've got something to show us at the bottom. After telling us about your skills and qualities and telling us about your work experience, you now go into why this particular company, why are you applying for this job? All right. And this is the section. I've made up these hospital names, okay? You can say working at Princess Moon is a made-up name. Princess Moon University Hospital NHS Foundation Trust has always been a dream of mine, okay? If it is, fine. If it's not, you have to put your reasons there. I believe the hospital values are in line with my beliefs, such as being kind, caring, confidential, etc. Now, this bit here, the reason why I mentioned the values, you need to be able to understand the company you're applying for. Please, before you put an application in, go onto Google and research the company. You need to understand who they are, how long they've been around, what are their qualities, what they're doing well, why this particular company. Don't apply because they're just offering visa sponsorship, because it will show in an interview that you have not done your research. You really need to dig deep because it is so competitive. Finding a job with a COS is so difficult. Getting a visa sponsorship is so challenging right now because everybody is aiming for it. And for you to stand out, you need to do your homework, and you need to be able to flow when you get into an interview, or when you're shortlisted. You really need to be, very confident that you've really researched the company. All right. And this is how I would say it. I am seeking long-term employment, because that's what they want to know. I am seeking long-term employment with a world-renowned hospital such as Hospital blah, 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 known for their dedication to patient safety. If you've gone onto their website and you can see some data on that by the company, feel free to draw that extract if that's what you like to see in a company. Modern research, they have good outstanding CQC ratings, positive patient experience feedback, state-of-the-art facilities, and low mortality rates. If these are the things that means a lot to you and you want to be with this particular hospital, then by all means go and mention these things after you've browsed through their website. Mental health. If you're interested in a company that focuses on staff mental health, if you've been on their website and you can see that they focus their energy in supporting staff and their mental health, you can mention that, hey, this means a lot to me and I want to be part of a company that takes interest in flexible working, staff mental health and well-being. These are things that I would advise that you do your research, because I do not know where you're applying to. Again, I cannot spoon feed. I cannot do individual stuff for people. I've kept it generic and I've kept it brief, because this area is where you go in and tell us why you're applying and you have good reasons. A personal statement or job application form, and the person has named legitimate reasons why they're applying. This is not an area you say, I want to move to the UK, I love the UK, I want to be a citizen in the UK. No. It's about the company, okay? And then you can touch on briefly about what you are looking for. You need to talk about your own, so much of your own needs. It begins to look like you just want to just enter the UK. Ideally you do want to come, but please do not, this is not where you're going clearly and say, oh, I'm applying because you're offering visa of sponsorship. No, it goes to show that you don't have so much interest in them. Okay, so I think that this is an area, if I were you, I would focus on their CQC ratings, the positive patient experience feedback, if they have state-of-the-art facilities. I mean, if they are based in London and you've always wanted to work in London, it's fine. If you love Scotland and you've always wanted to go to Scotland, it's fine. If it is the world's biggest children's department, mention it. I think this is an area where this subheading here or paragraph, you need to really get it right, okay? And I've given you so much hint. I will talk in this section here, strengths and what you can bring to the role, all right? And this bit here, I will start off with something like this. As a nurse with over 5 years experience, you can put 2 years experience, or as a newly qualified experience, you can just mention however many years of experience you've got. I have developed various strengths that will be of benefit to this role. I have the ability to work under pressure, which is quite common in most hospital work. without compromising patient safety and quality of care. This is a very good statement. For example, always give an example. If you've got good example from your past experiences, you can give an example. For example, I've worked in a busy ITU with 30 beds. Although the patient acuity is high, I was always able to manage my time effectively whilst providing quality care. I learn quickly. You're putting all the strengths here. You learn very quickly because nobody's got time for slow behavior. You learn quickly and you're able to work competently without direct supervision. You know, these are very good strengths, because there's some people that come into a job that you'll be teaching them, they can't seem to grasp it. Now you're telling them you can learn quick. And please note, all these things you're putting here, make sure they are genuine. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever you're putting in the personal statement can also come back and bite you in the bum. If you get into trouble at work and you've been stating, I can do A, B, C, D, if there's a problem, they'll be looking at your application form and then they'll be performance managing you. Nobody wants to be performance managed, okay? Nobody wants to be micromanaged. You need to be able to say all the things that you're doing here are genuine things that you can actually live up to the standard, okay? Don't go making things up, things you haven't seen and done. Please don't put it here. I learn quickly and is able to work competently without direct supervision. And you can give an example. In my last role, I was a student mentor lead. That's good. Or in my last role, I received the most positive patient feedback from patients. My colleagues will describe me as a great communicator, team worker, and someone who delivers outstanding patient care. I'm very resourceful and usually will go above and beyond the extra mile for patient. This is an amazing strength, okay? These are all amazing strengths. And I'm sure you've got other genuine, unique strengths that you have that you can also mention it for your own personal statement. Finally, this section here, I would want to summarize coming towards the end. This is the sixth one, is where you kick the ball into the net. Finally, you need to talk about what makes you different from other applicants so that they can just ignore everybody and focus on you, why they should shortlist you. You can start off with something like this. I believe what sets me apart is that I always follow organizations' guidelines religiously. For example, you always give an example, administering medication. I make sure I follow every steps required of me before I administer medication to patients. I do not cut corners and always ensure I reflect on my practice at all times to improve. I always make sure that I represent the company I work for well by adhering to their values. I trust that my current skills, experience, academic qualifications, and deep interest of the ward specialty, or you can mention the ward's names, up to you, will make me fit well in the team. I would work tirelessly to prove myself as an asset to the organization. I'd love the opportunity to meet and discuss my candidacy further in an interview, and I look forward to hearing back from you. And this is the end of this video. This is what I would consider when I'm reviewing personal statements and job application forms. I would want to see some of these bullet points being mentioned. So you do not go over. If you go over the word count, it will not let you submit. You may need to reduce the words down. So please check. Any other suggestions of any other videos you want me to do, please let me know and I'll be happy to do it. All right, thank you, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Bye.